Draconic, level 3 upgrade.
Hey guys, in this upgrade we're going to be installing an Omnibus F4 flight controller with a built-in OSD. And what's also another great pro about this is that it's smart audio capable. So check this thing out. What I've already done is researched which pins I'm going to need. So I've marked those out and I've already pre-tinned them. And I've also joined this little point here. And I'm going to explain what that little short or join there is going to do to the board. So anyway, what we're going to do first is take out the old flight controller. So when I pop off this top plate, you're going to see we have the video transmitter here, and I've been doing some waterproofing, so it's currently disconnected and I currently have the cover off of it because it's going to be waterproofed. So over here we have the receiver wire. We're going to be reusing that. Then over here we have the wire for the camera. That's going to be almost completely replaced, but I'm going to unplug that from the camera and the power distribution board. So we're going to reuse that wire. Then over here we have this plug for the routing between the flight controller and the ESCs, and then this little wire which connects the battery voltage. Now that we've disconnected all of that, we have these 4 nuts that hold the flight controller in place. So we're just going to take those off and then desolder all these extra connections. So I've got the old flight controller taken out, and now we're just going to slide this new one in, nestled into its spot. Now there's a great video on YouTube by 2DogsRC, I think it is, explaining what exactly you need to hook up each wire to and how all that stuff works, because the naming is a little bit different from other flight controllers, and there's also a special method for hooking up the OSD that I just found out that you need to do. So anyway, if you want to find out exactly what I'm doing with that, then I have the video linked in the description. Please go watch it. But I think we're going to start off by hooking up the receiver wire. Now where that's going to go is right next to the PWM, or the ESC signal wires, right around there. Alright, so now the receiver wire is connected. I'm going to route 5 volts ground and our 4 signal wires for the ESCs over right next to the receiver wire. So that'll plug in right there, and I'll route that up like so. After soldering that up, it looks really clean, how it just bridges over like that. I love that. Anyway, now we're going to use one of these wires coming off the power distribution board. So over here we have ground and battery voltage, and that's going to go over to these 2 over here, which is going to power up the board. So let's solder that. So there we go, we got another great solder joint. Wire comes through there. I put a little bit of shrink tubing just to keep the 2 wires together. And the ground goes on the edge, and the battery voltage goes in the middle. So now I believe all we gotta do is pick up the camera and smart audio related stuff. So for that I'm going to use this new wire. It has 3 coming off the end. Well, at least all the wires are coming off the end is what I mean. So we have the positive, which is voltage, and then we also have signal and audio for the smart audio. Then for these other ones, that is going to come off to another one of these, plugged in the power distribution board, where we will get battery voltage being sent to the video transmitter. And on the flight controller here, we're going to have our own voltage sent to the camera, and it's not going to be powered up by this. So that's how that's going to work. So I'll get that hooked up and show you what it looks like. So now I have finished soldering up everything related to the camera, video transmitter, smart audio, and the OSD. So the way I was set up before, it didn't have an OSD or smart audio, so pretty much I had the power directly connected to the video transmitter, and then the video transmitter was connected to the camera to give it its feed, and then yeah, it pretty much just worked right off of just one point. What's different about this system is that the camera has to go through the OSD and then up to the video transmitter, and also the video transmitter has to have its own separate video, ground, as well as the smart audio. So over here I have the 3 wires, the ground, voltage, and video. That's all hooked up to these 3 pads right there. And then for this cable, I have it powered on. I have the video transmitter powered on by the battery voltage, obviously. And then it goes down 2 different wires. One of them is smart audio hooked up to one of the UARTs, which I will set up in Betaflight. And then this other one hooks up to the video out. So pretty much what's happening here with the OSD is that the video is being sent through this way, and then it enters the flight controller, goes through the OSD whichever path it takes, and then it exits back out to the video transmitter. So yeah, that's pretty much all how that works. Now we're gonna finish pretty much putting everything back together, so just attaching everything and bolting it down. Alright, now everything is plugged in and this upgrade is complete. When all the waterproofing stuff dries, I'm going to test and see how well everything works. Hopefully everything should come out successful, but now, yeah, I've got some major improvements in terms of software inside of this build. So anyway, that's all for this upgrade. Talk to you guys later.